known someone or suffered yourself from eating disorder. For those of you who don't know anybody, you do now. This is a really personal topic just because it's something that I have to deal with every day. There are two types of, first we're going to explain what anorexia is. It's an eating disorder that is marked by fear. So pretty much the person with anorexia has a fear of gaining weight, and so they restrict their calories to the point where it's extremely dangerous. The second type is bulimia, and it's pretty much the same. They still fear the weight gain, but instead they eat, or they'll go days without eating, and then when they finally eat, they consume so many calories, and then after consuming, they will actually feel guilty about it and feel shamed about it, and then they will self-induce and vomit. Both of these can be extremely, extremely, extremely dangerous, and they're not well known. People don't really realize it. Most of the time, people sitting next to you, one of the people here probably has it, and nobody knows. All right, we're going to go over the signs of anorexia. For anorexics, they normally consume large amounts of food at one setting. They will go to the bathroom frequently after meals. Sometimes they will have sores or calluses on their hands from where they have vomited and created the sores. Sometimes they will use laxatives, or some people instead of vomiting, they would just use extreme exercise. So they will restrict their calories to the point where they can actually exercise enough to get rid of those calories. Some of the side effects of bulimia are bad teeth. They will lose the enamel off of their teeth from this persistent acid. They can suffer really bad dehydration, which can end up in the hospital. Malnutrition, inflamed esophagus. It can actually rupture your esophagus if it's done severe enough, the strain. It can also cause internal bleeding. For anorexia, a lot of people actually deny that they're hungry. So if they're in a situation where there's food, they'll actually avoid it, or they'll make excuses. I've already eaten, or I'm going to eat when I get home. They restrict their calories, a lot of times 200-300 calories a day. They'll restrict certain amounts of certain kinds of foods, like if they want to eat fats, they want carbs, all things that your body needs. They're really well known to excessively exercise. I think that's supposed to be sorry. And for anorexic, there's usually an extreme weight gain, or weight change. Normally they've lost large amounts of weight, their face will sink in, they can actually lose their hair from the lack of nutrition. Both of these can actually cause very, very serious side effects, loss of periods for females, kidney failure, suicide even, heart failure, and in extreme cases, it does come with death if it's not caught soon enough. So this is just some of the things that can affect, and they're kind of side by side. Some people display both symptoms, some display one. I personally tend to do anorexic and bulimic, so I'll go large amounts of days without eating, and then I'll eat large amounts, and then I'll find ways to get rid of it so that I don't gain weight. For those of you that have known me personally, they've seen in the last year I've lost 175 pounds. So people look at me and say, oh, great job, but then they don't realize that it's not been done healthy and I'm suffering side effects from it. One of them is muscle weakness, and your muscles get weak, you can't do things that you used to do. For people that are anorexic, they bruise really easily, so they'll have lots of bruising. Anemia, extreme tired, not being able to stay warm, can't keep your body temperature up. Did you guys know that 30 million people in the U.S. suffer from an eating disorder? It does not discriminate children, teenagers, women, men, doesn't matter. It affects everybody. So if you know someone that you think is suffering from either or, it's very important that you suggest that they get help. I mean, you have to do this in a manner of not condescending. For instance, somebody that has an eating disorder, it's just that you don't want to look at them and just go, oh, well, just don't go do it, because I can tell you from experience, it's not something that you plan on doing. You find yourself doing it kind of like somebody that smokes a cigarette. and you say you're going to quit. You don't mean to go smoke that cigarette, but you do. You don't mean to go drink that alcohol because it's not good for you, but you end up doing it. So if you know somebody that, I mean, it's really important that they get help because it can lead to death. And I actually do have a handout for everybody. So thank you for listening.